Yes, ma'am.
So is my screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am. Lecture 18.
Yes, yes. So today we'll see. Yeah, Pawan, you have raised the hand for what? Ask. So yesterday we have done till yesterday we have completed the instruction sets programming of 885, and we have seen how to write the delay routine. We have seen the interrupts of 885. We'll see peripherals, how to interface the peripherals with microprocessor 885, and then we will switch over to microcontroller, because microcontroller programming is more important and essential for you from project point of view. So we'll see like how am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so we'll go with the next. So how many peripherals we have to interface? uh, is this slide visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Pawan is raising the hand. Why Pawan has some problem? So we were seeing which peripherals we are interfacing with 885. These are ICs labeled as 8255. Pawan is saying that it is not visible. I think it's visible now. Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you see 8255, 8253, 8254 written? Interface
Yes, ma'am.
peripherals. Okay, so these are the peripherals which we will interface with 8085 microprocessor. Why do we interface with 8085 microcontroller? Because in 8085 it's having only instruction set, it is not having its input output devices, it's not having its own memory also. So memory mapping we have already seen in last classes. But how if you want to access input devices, or if you want to output something, then 8085 is not having its own peripherals or its own input output devices. So that's why we have to interface these ICs separately with 885. Then there should be some procedure to interface the ICs with this 885. They should have addresses, because suppose if you are interfacing 8255 also simultaneously, if you want to access timer counters also, if you want to access DMA controller also, if you want to access interrupt controller also, let's say you want to access, you want to connect to 8255, then how to identify that which peripheral exactly is communicating with 8085 microprocessor? So all these interfacing of these ICs, they get some different addresses. How to assign those addresses, etc., that we will see. But this because 8085 is having only its instruction set, we have to connect these ICs externally to 8085 microprocessor. So we will see one by one. Now we will start with 8255, which is input output peripheral. It provides the input ports to connect input devices. It provides the output port to connect output devices. So if you start with 8255, it has 3 ports. All the 3 ports are 8-bit ports. That means there are 8-bit in one single port. Is the slide now visible? Slide is visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What can you see on the slide? What is there on the slide?
8255 input output ports.
Yeah. So you have 3 ports, port A, port B, and port C. Each port means it is a combination of 8-bit. So port A is having 8 bits, port B is having 8 bits, and port C is having 8 bits. So how many bits are there in for input output purposes? They are 24 bits are there. So, but the problem is that you cannot assign a single bit as input or output. Either the whole port can be input or the whole port can be output. That means, suppose if you define port A as input port, then all the bits, all the pins of port A will be input pins. If you assign port B as output port, then all the pins of port B, all 8 pins of port B will be output port. So either this will be input or output at a time. But in case of port C, it is divided into 2 parts. Port C lower, that is of 4-bit, and port C upper, that is of 4-bit. So these 4 bits can be defined as input or output. So you can have half of the port C can be defined as input and half of the port C can be defined as output. But it is not that port C lower bit and port C higher bit can be defined as input or output together. Port C lower part, that is PC0 pin, PC1 pin, PC2 pin, PC3 pin forms one group, and PC4, PC5, PC6, PC7 forms another group. So these 2 groups either can be defined as input or they can be assigned as output. Then how to, like, when we say that port A is input or port B is output or port C is input or output, whatever may be, then what is this procedure called? This is called the modes of operation. There are different modes of 8255 operation. With these modes, you can define the port as input and output port. So we'll see like how this so this is your IC, let's say 8255. These are the versions A, etc. And it is having 3 ports, port A, port B, and port C. And port C is divided into 2 parts, port C lower and port C upper. So this is port A is of 8-bit, port B is of 8-bit, port C upper is of 4-bit, and port C lower is of 4-bit. So either you can define this as input or you can define this as output. So there should be both the signals connected to port A, that is read bar also and write bar also. So you will be reading also and you will be writing to this port also. Similarly for port C also you should need read bar and write bar signals, and similarly for port B also you will need read and write bar signals. And there is one chip select pin to this 8255. This is active low pin. So whenever this pin is low, then only the 8255 is accessed. If this pin is high, then this 8255 is not accessed. Then how to define the addresses to this particular, like let's say there are so many ICs connected to 8085. Then how will 8085 come to know that it has to receive the data from port A of this 8255, or it has to send the data to port B of this particular 8255? Then there should be some addresses to this 8255, or indirectly there should be some addresses, or directly there should be some addresses for port A, port C, and port B. So by knowing that particular address, the data will go to the respective port, or data will be read from the respective port. So these two address pins A0, A1 coming from 8085 microprocessor after demultiplexing, because you all know that AD0 to AD7 pins are multiplexed. So with the help of ALE, you demultiplex this. So they are separated as D0 to D7 and they are separated as A0 to A1. So out of this A0 and A1, these two address lines are connected to 8255 directly. So A0 A1 combination defines the address which is used for this particular bits. How that is done, that we'll see. So we were talking about modes. So there should be some control word which will tell you that in which mode 8255 is working, or indirectly it will tell you that whether port A is input or output, port B is input or output, or port C lower is input or output, and port C upper is input or output. So this particular control word is having, because this is 8-bit register, so this is having pattern from D0 to D7. So D7 bit, if this bit is 1, then my 8255 is operating in input output mode. But if this bit is 0, then it operates in BSR mode. What is BSR mode? BSR mode that we'll see in detail, but BSR mode is bit set reset mode, and it is applicable only to port C. That means if you want to use a single bit of port C as input or output, then you have to go with this facility is not there for port A and port B. It is available only for port C. And to get this facility for port C, you have to put the control word D7 bit as 0. So once this bit is 0, that means it is applicable to port C only. But if this bit is 1, then it is applicable to all ports A, B, C together. Either port A can be input or output, port B can be input or output, and port C can be input and output. And in input output modes also, there are 3 different modes. One is mode 0, then is mode 1, and then is mode 2. So mode 0 is your simple input output modes. That means each port can be assigned as input port, each port can be assigned as output port. But mode 1 is handshake mode. That means it is handshake for port A or port B. So port A, port C bits are used for handshaking signals. Handshaking means they are requesting something from those particular ports. So these handshake signals are given through port C, and port A and port B are used in this particular mode 1. And mode 2 is bidirectional. Bidirectional means it is used for port A and port B. Port A and port B can be used in bidirectional mode. Bidirectional mode means simultaneously it can be input or simultaneously it can be output, and that is decided by the bits in port C. So we'll see these modes in detail, but the major important is your input output port mode 0. So we'll see the little bit elaborated diagram of 8255. This you have this port A, you have port B, port C lower, port C upper, and these are connected to with the database data bus to 8085, and you should have the control signals like read bar, write bar, and A0, A1. This is for the address making of 8255. So all this is like this is the internal blocks of 8255 IC. You should have power supply 50 and ground. You should have data bus. You should have read write control signals. You should have some address. You should have chip select pin, and you should have some controls for each and every port. So when we see the control Garima wants to ask something. Garima, do you want to ask something? Garima, please unmute yourself. Yeah. So we were talking about control word and we were talking about input output modes. Is the slide visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So when we that was that control word which we have seen, it was telling you that which mode you are using. Now let's say now this is the format of control word for input output mode. D7 bit is already there for input output mode or BSR mode. If this bit has this, if you want to access the ports at input output mode, then D7 bit should be 1. Then this is the combination D0, D1 and D2. So D0 bit is assigned for port C lower. Port C lower means it starts from it is the combination of lower 4 bits, that is from PC0 to PC3. So if this bit is 1, then port C lower is assigned as input port. If this bit is 0, then port C lower is assigned as output port. Similarly, D1. D1 is for port B. If this bit is 1, then port B is input. If this bit is 0, then port B is 0. So 1 is for input and 0 bit is for defining the output port. And this is for the mode selection. So this is applicable for this particular ports, port C lower and port B. So we call this as group B. And if this is 0, this bit is 0, then it is mode 0. If this bit is 1, then it is mode 1. Then coming to D3 bit, this is assigned for port C upper. If this bit is 1, then port C upper is assigned as input. And if this bit is 0, then port C upper is assigned as output port. Port C upper means it is the combination of 4 bits, PC4 to PC7. And D4 bit is assigned for port A. So if this bit is 1, then port A is input. If this bit is 0, then port A is 0. So and D5, D6 combination, these two combinations together, they form the table. 2 bits are there, so there may be 4 combinations. So if your combination is 0, 0, then it is mode 0. If your combination is 0, 1, then it is mode 1. If your combination 1 and 0 or 1 and 1, then it is mode 2. So these two bits together, they form the combinations for mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2. So to tell the 8085 microprocessor that 8255 port A is this, port B is this, port C lower is this, port C upper is this, or whether you are using BSR mode, etc., then you have to first define this particular control word, and this control word should go to control register of 8255. So there should be some address for control register, there should be some address for port A, there should be some address for port B, and there should be some address for port C. So, and port C lower and upper, both the ports, they have same address. So is this clear till now? Is this clear to all?
मैम BSR मोड नहीं क्लियर हुआ.
BSR mode, when we will see BSR mode in detail, you will understand it. BSR mode means bit set reset mode. Bit set reset means it is applicable to
Okay,
single bit.
ma'am.
And set means it is setting it to 1, and reset means it is resetting it to 0. But this is valid only for port C. So we will see when we will study BSR mode, we will see that part. Okay, so this is
Okay,
clear.
ma'am.
This control word is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is just a small schematic. You have port A, so it is from port A0 to port A7, 8 pins. Port C lower, that is PC0 to PC3. Port C upper, that is PC4 to PC7. Port B, that is PB0 to PB7. Chip select should be low to access this particular 8255, and addresses, the combination of addresses will be given with A0 to A1 pins of coming from 8085 after demultiplexing, read bar and write bar signal and reset signal. These are the main signals which we use. Now we will talk about mode 0. What is mode 0? So mode 0 means you can define each port as input and each port as output. So in control word, we have seen that what should be the bit for input and what should be the bit for output. If bit is set to 1, that particular bit is, that particular port is defined as input, and if the bit in control word is set as 0, then that particular port is defined as output. Now what is the problem asked to you? Interface 8255 to 8085 microprocessor using input output map technique, so that port will have address 80 in the system. 80 in the system. Input output map technique we have seen. Do you remember input output map technique?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that? What is input output technique? See, when we talk about memory mapped, then the addresses are 16-bit addresses. But where we have seen that there are two instructions, in and out, which we use with the port. So
Yes,
here
ma'am.
also,
Eight
so
address
it
sequence, ma'am.
uses, yes, it uses 8-bit address. So this particular 8-bit address is called input output map technique. So we have seen that, so in 8-bit address we use A0 to A7 pins, and out of this A0 to A7 pins, 2 pins are directly connected to 8085. So together they form the combination for the address. So when we say that this address is 80 hex, then it is the start address of 8255 for control register. Then I will show, not for control register, for that particular 8255. I will stop sharing this and I will share some other file so that you will understand it better. Can you see this particular page?
Yes, ma'am.
So last time I have explained you interrupt driven clock. So I have just for your notes purpose, I have attached this particular program. 2 instructions are missing over here in this particular page. First page, it is EI and RNZ. You can write that because it was at very bottom of the page. So in scanning it didn't come. So we were talking about 8255. So already I have explained you that this is the control word and this is the combination. Your CS bar has to be 0 because it is active low signal. So when CS bar is 0, then only the chip will be selected. Which chip? 8255. And now how this combination of A0 and A1, if both the address lines are 00, then it is port A. If A0 is 1 and A1 is 0, then it is port B address. And if A1 is 1 and A0 is 0, then it is port C address. And when both are 1, 1, then it is control register address. Understood how the combination of A0 to, and when both are, when chip select is 1, and this can be anything, but then that time 8255 is not selected because your chip select bar is high. So how to define the addresses? Now you know that A0, A1 combination is this, like this, for port A, port B, port C. So always it is starts from port A address. So if I say that 80 hex address, then 80 hex address will be for port A. Then port B will have 81, port C will have 82, and port C will control register will have 83. It is it is never happened such that port A will have 80, port B will have 90, etc. If it starts from 80, then it will go to 80, 81, 82, 83. Is it clear? Because this combination is increasing one by one. So if I want to set the address as 80 hex starting for this particular 8255 starting, then my chip select should be 0 and A0, A1 pin should be free, so that when this is 0, 0, it will be port A selected. When this is 0, 1, it will be port B selected. When this is 1, 0, it will be port C selected. And when this is 1, 1, then it is control register selected. Why control register should have address? Because we are putting control word at control register. So if I'm talking about input output mode, then only lower address bus is used. So A0, A1 is already used here, tied up with A0, A1 of 8255. Now what I have done, A2 is connected with the inverted buffer. So inverted input is there. So A2, this is also connected with inverting input buffer. This is also connected with inverting input buffer, and this is connected directly. So what will happen? What I want 0 over here to select this particular 8255. So to get 0 at this particular pin, what should be available at this particular output? 0. So to get 0, this is what? This is NAND gate. So when the output of NAND gate is 0,
all the inputs should be 1.
yes. So all the inputs should be 1, because I want this chip select 0, that 2, and this is NAND gate. So my all input should be 1. So to have 1 over here, what I am doing, I have connected A2. So to get 1 over here, what should be A2 now? To get 1 over here, what should be
0.
A2? Yes, because when
0.
it will be 0, then inverted means it will become 1, and then it is buffered, just a simple buffering, and 1 will be available over here. Similarly, when A5, yeah, this is dot 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 means it is applicable for A3 also, and it is applicable for A4 also. So your A4, A2, A3, A4, A5 and A6 must be compulsorily 0. Then only it will happen 1 over here, and then only it will happen 1 over here, and then only NAND gates input till this will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And A7 should be what? 1 or 0 to get 1 over here?
1.
1. So what will be the combination? A7 is 1, rest all are 0, 0, 0, and A0, A1, let's say it is 0, 0 combination. So what will be the word form? Byte?
This will be 80.
80. Good.
Yes.
So to get 80 as start address, it should, the combination of pins should be, the hardware should be such that you should get here 0, and with this address 80 address you should get 0. So when this is 80, it is port A. When this pins becomes 0, 1, then it becomes 81, and it is the address of port B. When this pins becomes 1, 0, then it is port C address, that is 82. And when these two pins becomes 1, 1, then this word will be 83, and that is the control register address. Understood how you define the address? Is it clear?
Yes मैम, मैम एक कंफ्यूजन है.
हाँ. Yes, please.
मैम जैसे यहाँ पर हमें 80 हेक्स के लिए मतलब एड्रेस 80 हेक्स का चाहिए था, अगर हमें एड्रेस 90 हेक्स चाहिए,
हाँ.
तो जो A4 बिट होगी वो डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड होगी या फिर इसी वे में NAND गेट से जो कनेक्शन होगा वो डायरेक्टली कनेक्ट होगा ना A4 बिट? बिकॉज सारी पिंस 90 के लिए
90 means what it is? 1001, isn't it?
1. यस मैम, इसीलिए यस मैम. तो
1001.
A4 भी 1 होगा ना, डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड
A4
होगा?
भी directly, A4 will be directly connected without this pattern. It will be like A7,
Okay, ma'am.
A4 will also be connected. So you can have 90. So similarly, if you have F0, accordingly your pattern will change. If you are starting with some other address, like let's say it is some other combination, then these addresses will be changed. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So this when we say that 80, then it is a start address, and start address always denotes your port A. So this is the way you will do. This is called as input output mapping. You have mapped this input output mapping. Why it is? Because you are considering only 8-bit address. So when it starts with 80, the successive addresses are 81, 82 and 83. It will never happen that 80, 90 and etc. If it starts from 90, then 90, 91, 92, 93. So we have already seen your control word pattern, but again we will see this. Your D0 bit is for port C lower, D1 is for port B, D2 is for mode selection of this, this is for PC upper, this is for port A, and this is 2 bits combination together is for modes. So, and this is for input output mode. Now how to define the control word? Let's say if my problem is that there are 8 LEDs connected to port A and there are 4 LEDs connected to port C upper. So these are the display devices. That means your port C upper and port A is output device, isn't it? Because you will
Yes.
glow the LED. So glow the LED, that means it is output device. And let's say switches are connected to port B, 8 switches are connected to port B, and 4 switches are connected to port C lower. So how many switches are there? 12 switches are there. 12 LEDs are there and 12 switches are there. So switches are connected means switch can be on or switch can be off. So you are reading the status whether switch is on or switch is off. So it is input device. That means you have to define your port B as input, port C lower as input, port C upper as output, and port A as output port. And to glow this particular LED, all anodes are connected to 5 volt. That to glow this particular LED, what should be there on the port pin? 0. Because when cathode will get 0, anode is already getting plus 5 volt, then only this LED will glow. If 1 will appear at this port pin, then LED will not glow. So with this particular hardware, to glow the LED, what should be available on port pin? 0. Similarly, when the switches these are pulled up with some 10K or 1K resistance, pulled up to plus 5 volt, and when the switch is on means it is short. Short means what will be available on port pin? When the switch is on, switch on means it is short. Short means what will be available on port pin?
5.
0. Ground, because it is grounded, na? Ground will go. This is on means this is connected, shorted. Shorted means what is the potential available at this particular pin? 0 it is. Directly 0 is connected. So when the switch is on, 0 will be available. When the switch is off means it is disconnected. So 0 is not there. What is available? It is plus 5 volt. This plus 5 volt will go over here. So when the switch is on, it is 1. When the switch is on, it is 0. When the switch is off, it is 1. Similarly, when LED has to be glown, then it should be 0. When LED has to be put off, then it should be 1. With this particular hardware, you can have different hardware where this will be exactly reverse. So with this hardware, is it clear? If the switch is on, it is 0. If the LED has to be glown, it should be 0. 0 should be put on this particular port. So your problem given is that whichever switch is on, the corresponding LED should glow. That means if PB0 switch is on, then PA0 LED should glow. If PC0 switch is on, then PC4 LED should glow. If PB7 switch is on, then PA7 LED should glow. Understood? This is the problem given to you. Clear? Problem is clear? Anybody? Problem is clear? Sakshi, is there some problem with your mic?
नो मैम एक
No,
बार
ma'am.
फिर से बता.
The problem given is that you have to connect 12 LEDs and 12 switches to the port, 8255 ports. So 12 means 8, we have the port of 8 bit. So if I use 8 bit of port A, then I will need another 4 bit from other port, and only port C can be divided into two parts, port C lower and port C upper. So let's say I have decided that port A should be output port and port C upper should be output port. So 12 LEDs I will connect to this particular ports through buffers. Buffer just raise your current capability. And these 12 switches I am connecting it to port B, because port B is 8 bit port, so 8 switches will be connected, and port C lower is 8 bit 4 bit, so 12 switches are connected. But my hardware is connected such that when I will put 0 on this particular pin, then the LED will glow, because anode is getting +5, so cathode should get 0 to glow this particular LED. And when my switch is put on, that means when my switch is on, then this is 0 will be available on port pin, and when my switch is off, then it is disconnected, so +5 volt will be, that is logic 1 will be available on port 1. So I have to write the program that let's say port B 0 switch is on, then port A 0 LED should glow. If port B switch is on, then port A LED should glow. If port C switch is on 0, then port C4 LED should glow. And if port C3 switch is on, then port C7 LED should glow. This much is clear? This is the problem statement
Yes,
given
ma'am.
to you. Problem given to you. So what should be the control word? Control word. What should be the control word? Your port A is output. Port C is upper is output, port B is input, and port C lower is input. So port C lower is input. Input means this should be 1. This bit should be 1. Understood? Because port C you have connected switches. So this is input. So this bit should be 1. And what is your port B? Port B is also input. So this pin should also be, this bit should also be 1. Understood? Because you have connected switches to port C lower and port B. So these are input ports. So it should be 1, 1. And because you are using simple input output mode, that is mode 0. So this bit should be 0. Now you have connected LEDs to port C upper. So this is output port. So this bit should be 0. You
Yes,
have
ma'am.
connected,
83x बनेगा.
you have
Control
connected
word
port A.
83x.
Yes. And because you are using simple input output mode, so this should be 0, 0. And because you are using an input output mode, So what is the combination? This should be 1 0 0 1. Sorry,
No,
0
ma'am, this pin
0
also 0. Yes,
0.
ma'am.
So it is 8 and this is
This is
0
also
0
0,
1 1.
0 and 1, 1.
So 83. Understood? So control word should
Yes,
be
ma'am.
83. Okay. Now instead of, let's say, suppose if you are using memory mapped IO. Memory mapped means you are using 16-bit address. If you are using IO mapped, then you will be using in instruction and out instruction. But when you are using memory mapped, then you have to use LDA instruction and STA instruction. STA means it is storing onto the address, and LDA means it is receiving from the address. So STA means out and LDA means in. So if you are using 16-bit address, then STA and LDA instructions will be used. If you are using 8-bit address, then in and out instruction will be used. So very first statement is that I have to put control word into accumulator so that it should be put onto the control register. So what is the control word which I have designed? It is 83. So 83 has to go to accumulator. Then from there it should go to control register. So what is the address of control register? If you start from 8000, the control register address will be 8003. If you start from 80, the control register address will be 83. So first I have to put the control word so that 8255 will understand that which port is input, which port is output. So if I am using 16-bit address, my instruction should be STA. If I am using 8-bit address, then my instruction should be out 83 hex. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what I'm doing, I will do in 81 or I will do LDA 8001. So in 81 means you are reading which port? 81 is the address for port B because your switches are connected to port B. So you are reading port B so that you will come to know that which switch is on and which switch is off. So when we do in 81 or LDA 8001, the data of port B comes into accumulator. And because the hardware which we have designed is such that whenever the switch is on, it is 0. Whenever LED has to be glown, it should be 0. So I have told you that PB0 switch is on, then PA0 bit LED should glow. So it is 1-to-1 mapping. So whatever is available in accumulator from port B, same has to be outputted to port A. So whatever I will receive in from port B, I will output that onto port A. So whichever switch is on of port B, the corresponding LED of port A will be glown. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
And similarly, port C, because port C lower and port C upper both are having same address, either 82 or 8002. So I have, when I use in instruction, then it is understood that whichever port C part is input, that will be read. When I write STA 82, 8002 or out 82, that means it is understood that whichever part of port C is assigned as output, there I have to put the data. So when I do in 82 or LDA 8002, that means whichever port, that is port C lower, is input port. So data of these switches will go into accumulator. And then what I am doing, I am ending it with 0F. Why I am ending it with 0F? Because only port C lower is used as input port. Port C upper is not used as input port. So I am not interested to know whether port C upper is high or low, whether because there no switches are connected. So I am ending this with 0F, so that I am making, and this is happening in accumulator, this is not happening at port C. So LEDs are not getting affected. So only accumulator data, upper bits will be, upper 4 bits will be 00, and whatever may be the status of port C lower will be available in accumulator. Then the same status I have to put on port C upper. That means PC0 should go to PC4, PC1 should go to PC2, PC5, PC3 should go to PC6, and PC3 should go to PC7. So to get this particular thing, what I am doing, I am rotating left without carry 4
Without
times.
carry.
Yeah, without carry 4 times. Why 4 times? So that your PC0 data will come into PC4. Understood? If I
Yes, ma'am.
rotate once, then it will come to PC1. If I rotate twice, then it will come to PC2. If I rotate thrice, then it will come to PC3. But I want it to in PC4, so I have to rotate 4 times. So whatever may be my switcher status, accordingly your LED will glow on port C upper. Understood? So after rotating this, I have to put on port C upper so that corresponding LEDs will glow. So if you are using 16-bit address, then it should be STA instruction, LDA instruction. If you are using 8-bit address, then it will be in and out.
In and out.
So I think this much is clear to you. We'll see bit set reset mode tomorrow. We will do some revision of this, and this is, you all start putting address. I will share this particular notes, and you go through this, and tomorrow you come by reading it. So you may write, all of you may write your attendance in chat box. So shall we end the meeting now?
Yes, ma'am.